And welcome everybody. Excuse me, 6 p.m. and welcome everybody. For the audience here tonight, my name is David Gerber, and I am the chair and serve as the presiding officer over the Community Service Commission meetings. In consideration, if you are in attendance and wish to speak during public comment, speaker cards are located in the lobby area at the rear of the chamber. Please fill out a card and submit it to the recording admin before the close of the public comment. Again, this is a public meeting for the community of Glendora. We appreciate and respect your participation here this evening. At this time, we'd like to take a roll call.
We'll just do a oral roll call. Commissioner Kaimjian.
Present.
We'll note that Commissioner Louis Porcher is absent at the moment. Commissioner Sally.
Present.
Vice Chair Katowski.
Present.
And Chair Gerber.
Present.
Let the record show 4 members are present.
Thank you. Moving on for the Pledge of Allegiance. Eddie, would you care to lead us in the Pledge
Please
of Allegiance?
rise. Place your hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving on, reordering of and additions to the agenda. Does anyone wish to reorder or add to the agenda at this point in time? No? Very good. We will move on to public comment. I open public comment period. I invite members of the public to address the legislative body. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, speaking once on both on and off agenda items. If you are in attendance, please fill out a speaker card and submit it to the recording admin before the close of public comment period. Once recognized, speakers should advance to the podium, state your name and the subject matter you wish to discuss. I invite speakers at this time. Do we have any public comment cards?
I haven't received any.
Okay. Then, if there are no public comment cards, I will close public comment. The public comment period is now officially closed. At this time, then, I will open it up for member statements and reports. I will start to the right. Steve Sally, would you care to?
Thank you. Yes, so the Sports Council met this month. All the softball and baseball leagues are up and running. They're in their fall ball right now. Football has begun. They're a couple of weeks in. Soccer has a special presentation, so I won't mention that. We'll let them give us all the good news there. And the Pony League will be hosting a blood drive on Sunday, September 28th. That will be at Goddard. That's it. Thank you.
At this moment, I'd like the record to be known, the commissioner, that Commissioner Brittany Louis Porcher has just arrived at 6:02. Okay, Eddie, anything that you'd like to share?
Yes. Just reporting from the Trails Council meeting. They met August 25th. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend that meeting. However, just a couple notes from that, just a couple announcements is just a reminder that Trails Day is November 1st at Big Dalton. Please get the word out, come out and help. Obviously, you guys might be there helping us out, so appreciate that in advance. Also, the upcoming hikes, we have the September 27th hike at 8 a.m. at Colby Dalton Trails, and then October 25th at Big Dalton Canyon Trails, and November 29th, South Hills Wilderness Area. And also just one other note, a few weeks ago I was at Louis Pompey on a Saturday attending a flag football game, and there was a lot going on in that park, and it was such a great feeling just to see the facilities being used and just so much energy, and it was just wonderful. And then especially the the awnings. That's such a testament to all the work and investment that the city put in. So just wanted to note that. It was great. Thanks.
Thank you, Eddie. Brittany, would you care to?
I would. Thank you so much. Good to see everyone tonight. Some updates that are actually already going to be shared today by Romero, so I will just lightly give a quick overview of that. But meetings have resumed for T4G, and that happened this past month, so that's great. I know that the students were onboarding with school being just started, and there's a lot of wonderful ramping up of that participation. They are scheduled to partner with high school groups, AYS, which stands for Ambitious Young Scholars, and they'll be hosting sessions at the Teen Center. This is going to take place the first and third Tuesday of the month, and that's from 3:30 to 6 p.m. Their goal is to ensure that teens have support in writing and speaking abilities. And both groups will be meeting together this Friday coming up as the high schools have their club rush on campus. So very proud to see the work that's being done with them. So great job, T4G. That's it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Mike?
Thank you. I had about an hour-long sit-down with John and Kelsey in regard to transportation, and we kind of went over some of their goals, some of their challenges, some of the things they have both short-term and long-term as they look to re-up with some partners that they have. We also discussed A-Line, which is opening very, very soon. If anyone's looking to take it this weekend, I believe, I don't want to speak for Metro, but I think they have some discounted and free rides available if anyone's looking to get on it. It was a really good sit-down, like I said, with John and Kelsey. We talked for about an hour and looking forward to working with them more moving forward, and looking forward to what everyone has to share today as well.
Thank you. For myself, I briefly touched base with Debbie in regards to the homeless here in Glendora. Will allow them to present their report to City Council next week, at which point at our next meeting in November, we will get the updated version of what's going on. I can tell you that there was an article recently published in a magazine that identified the city of Glendora and the work that they've done in the more recent four years since COVID, with a little bit of a spike in identifying homeless, but yet we are being very active and very aggressive in how we are dealing with it. It was not a high topic conversation within the city prior to COVID. After COVID, it became more prevalent and a higher level concern within the community. But the city council has definitely appropriated a lot of funds, and they have some things that they are working on to continuously help improve housing for these individuals. So I'll be anxiously awaiting to see their presentation at our next meeting. And that's it. At this time, I'd like to ask Director, Staff Liaison, Recreation and Human Services Director John Aguirre to report.
Thank you, Chair and Commission. Our main office has officially moved over to our new home at 410 East Dalton, across from Finkbeiner Park. It was the transportation center, so we have moved in. That will be our new home now. I just want to give you some updates on our capital improvement projects for our department for 2025-26. The Teen Center playground is scheduled to start in early October, I think October 6th. Should take a couple weeks to put in a new playground there. That is the original playground, so 22 years we got out of that one. And then also for the Teen Center, there is a roof replacement over the gym that will take effect probably in early 26. The Phaedra Center improvements include flooring, paint, and other things there to both the expansion and the historic side. So they'll be there. Debbie, we're hoping that she gets her new stairs in the back of her office also. The American Legion building restroom remodel, that will start in late December. For that, take a couple weeks there to redo their restrooms. They also have money there for a trash enclosure to redo the one that's in the back of the building. And then the Big Dalton restrooms demo and rebuild, we're looking into that. We have the restrooms up there at day camp, so we're looking to either knock those down and redo them or to cut them up and make them single-use stalls. So that's something that Public Works will be working on. Also at the Scout Hut, we'll be looking to do a new kitchen, new cabinets and things in that kitchen. It's been painted mainly and a couple here and there new appliances, but this will be a redo of the kitchen there at the Scout Hut. We are looking at Gladstone to do a shade structure, probably half the size of what we have here at Finkbeiner Park. That should go to council in October and hope to start the project in early February and that. So that will be on the south side of the park. It will be nice to have a nice shade structure down at Gladstone Park. South Hills Bike Park, we are just finishing up with all our consultants and finishing up with CEQA. It will then move on. Our design is about 95% the drawings. We are still then, it takes a while for when we turn it into the state, and we're hoping by the end of this year to get approval, and then I think they'll start probably, we're hoping shovels in the ground, I would say next summer or fall to start moving on that. We also have, where you guys will be very involved with our Parks and Trails Master Plan. That probably will start later this year or early next year. And it usually takes about a year to complete. You do a lot of outreach to all the different programs and see where that will be for the next 5, 10, and 25-year plan of where you see our department going. Also, one is the skate park resurfacing and refill of our cracks that we have in the concrete. That is something that we've had really no maintenance on that facility since 1999 when it was originally built. So we'll come in and look to clean up some of the cracks and some of the worn out things and redo that. And then finally is our Finkbeiner Park Stormwater Capture Project. We found out yesterday in a meeting that it still will probably get our first funding the end of this year, second funding in 26. So it looks like they'll look to go out to bid in the end of 26 and start the project in 27, where that will be out for, we've heard, a year to 18 months, where Finkbeiner Park would then be closed to the public, the entire softball fields and basketball and that. So just to keep you apprised, that one has been going on probably the last 5 years. We've been in planning, and then it got approved, and then it's a $19 million project. So they're paying us in 3 installments. That's why we are waiting until we get 2 installments before we start the project. And that concludes my staff report.
Thank you. To say you're busy is an understatement. But all good things and a lot of good work. So thanks, John. Okay, moving on to special items. Our first one, the Shining Star presentation. Staff is requesting to table this to our next meeting on November 20th. So we will move on to the Glendora Girl Scout update. I'd like to bring up the Greater Los Angeles Community Engagement Specialist, Debbie Mead.
Hello, thank you for having us tonight. I also want to introduce Kristen Ocampo. She is one of our troop leaders out of Glendora. My name is Debbie Mead. I am a community engagement specialist for Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles. As he said, I work with several communities throughout the area, and I have had the pleasure of working with volunteers in Glendora for about the past year. Oh, I got a clicker. Where's the clicker? Here. Okay, perfect. So I wanted to give you some information, general information about the Girl Scout program, and then also focus on what Girl Scouts in Glendora have accomplished. I have some facts and figures. I sometimes present this as a quiz. I'm giving you guys the easy version with the answers at the beginning. 52% of female business leaders were Girl Scouts. This comes from the Girl Scouts Alumni Institute, which analyzes data nationwide. We have found that consistently female business leaders have Girl Scout experience. All of these people listed were in fact Girl Scouts, and they credit part of that experience towards helping them achieve their various accomplishments. And in fact, these statistics have been consistent over the years. All of the female secretaries of states were in fact Girl Scouts. 90% of female astronauts in the US were Girl Scouts. 76% of female US senators were Girl Scouts. 80% of female tech leaders were Girl Scouts. And 57% of Girl Scouts exhibit strong community problem-solving skills, which I think is credited to our program, where they have to identify issues in the community and come up with a solution for them. 85% of our Girl Scouts report a strong sense of self. It's that confidence of knowing that you can go forth and make a positive change in the community that is really impactful on them. And we've consistently found that in these 4 categories, Girl Scouts within Greater Los Angeles have Girl Scouts have helped girls in the classroom and beyond. And actually, this Girl Scouts that complete their Gold Award, that is the highest award available for a girl to complete, that actually bumps them up a full rank should they go into the military. Also true of Boy Scouts with the Eagle rank. But it's that experience of the credibility of knowing that that is a significant undertaking that these girls have accomplished. Our mission is simply to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. And they do that largely by sharing the Girl Scout promise and adopting that as a way of life in terms of how they interact with others and with, within their troops and outside, within their communities as well. Girl Scout promise is here. I'm not going to recite it, but it is something that is really very applicable to people of all cultures and backgrounds. And in fact, Girl Scouts has always been very revolutionary. They were credited by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to be a force of desegregation back in 1956. We have 4 program areas that we work with. Girls can earn badges and accomplish different projects within these 4 program areas, those being outdoors, STEM, STEAM, life skills, and entrepreneurship. We do have challenges with this in order to reach our accomplishment, one of which I know that other volunteer organizations will also acknowledge is probably a barrier, and that is recruiting adult volunteers. We have 30 troops within Glendora. These troops include about 300 girls, and they are led by about 70 troop leaders. Other volunteers are not included in that total, but we all know that families are stretched thin. They credit lack of time, uncertainty about responsibilities, limited awareness of the benefits of Girl Scouts, I think, is also key. And, many people have concerns about taking on extra commitment. Understandable. Our volunteers have ranked Girl Scouts as being something, or leadership experience as being impactful to them personally in a variety of ways as well. So every year we have to start new DAISY troops. DAISYs are our kindergartners and first grade troops. These troops do not come ready-made, unfortunately. We have to form them, and so we're always on the reaching out to parents to find parents that are able to participate in order to give girls options to participate. Challenge number 2, meeting locations. We are fortunate to have the Scout Hut available. I know other organizations, Boy Scouts as well, Glendora Public Library, faith-based organizations. But we all know that amongst those 30 troops, people are always looking for a place to meet. So we always put the word out that if somebody has a connection to an office space, some sort of a facility that can be used as a meeting location, we would welcome that. Challenge number 3. You might have heard that we sell cookies. And I know you all have seen, I'm sure, cookie booths at different stores. Lining up those stores is always a challenge. There is a process for us doing that, and we do find that more and more business locations are sometimes reluctant to have people selling in front. And so if any of you all here have a business in the area that would like to have Girl Scouts selling at them, reach out to us, and we will be happy to see if we can't facilitate that. In summary, our founder, Juliet Gordon-Low, one of her famous quotes is simply that the work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. We have the ability to really impact our children, to make them the leaders of tomorrow, and now is the time that we do that. So I do have some fact sheets on things that Glendora Girl Scouts have done, and I want to invite Kristen to come up, one of our troop leaders, to share some things that she has done as well.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing Debbie and I to come speak on behalf of Glendora Girl Scouts. I myself run 2 troops here in Glendora. I have 15 fourth graders that are juniors in elementary school. They've all been together for 5 years. This is our 5th year together. I also have 6 8th graders. This is their 9th year together, and we are a cadet troop. Some of you may or may not be aware of, we are the ones that are partnering in early talks with the city about adding an ADA accessible Gaga court to Gladstone Park. You heard earlier that we look out for challenges within the community and how we can solve them. And one of our Girl Scouts has cerebral palsy, and she is in a wheelchair. And so finding the game of Gaga, which Google it if you don't know what that is, it is a tremendously fun game that Girl Scouts play. But we find difficulty in finding facilities that are ADA accessible for our Girl Scout. And so inclusivity is very important to my girls. And so they came up with this project as what they would like to do for their Silver Award. Silver is what Debbie was mentioning, but for the middle school level. So the Gold Award is the highest level you can earn at the high school level, and my girls are going for the highest level award that they can get in middle school. So we just returned 2 weeks ago. We had 150 of us up in the mountains. We took the girls to Camporee. There was a lot of us brave parents that took the girls out on this adventure. We were out there for the weekend. They got to do archery. They got to do rock climbing. They went swimming. They learned how to make lanyards that we made when we were little. I had to remind myself. But we do lots of great experiences like that. As a matter of fact, this Sunday, we're taking 230 of us to the Dodger game. So the Girl Scouts get to go down on the field and they get to partake in a fan-based experience. So we're really about providing opportunities and experiences for these girls. We want to help support them in ways that they might not be able to if they weren't a part of Girl Scouts. So if you look inside your bag, some of you might be very excited to what you find. Unbeknownst to me, I had some fun facts for you just about Glendora. Yes, you all have Girl Scout cookies in there. Cookies are almost coming. It is not until the end of January, but Merry Christmas, yes. But funny enough, I actually had some statistics for you just to share because I thought you might be really impressed with the work that our Girl Scouts do. So last cookie season, we sold just shy of 60,000 boxes of cookies just in the city of Glendora. That is just our 30 troops with those cute little girls and the ones that are a little stubborn as they're older and they don't want to do it, but standing out there in front of the grocery stores and working alongside their families and friends. Just in the city of Glendora, we sold 60,000 boxes. So we receive $1 for every box that we make, and then we take that money in turn, and that's what helps funds, for example, my girls, Gaga court that we're trying to build. We help provide them experiences. We also give back. A lot of our Girl Scouts were affected by the fires in Altadena, so we adopted them as sister Girl Scouts. We helped pay to replace their uniforms. We helped make different keychains and badges and all the things that they were lost. So a lot of the Girl Scouts in Glendora took on those girls as their sister Girl Scouts and helped them kind of get back on their Girl Scout feet again. Every year, I love Stephen from the Glendora Coordinating Council. He reaches out to us, and when he needs to pack those food boxes for the community with all the Thanksgiving food donations, he calls upon me. And the joke was, he didn't realize that I was bringing Girl Scouts from the entire San Gabriel Valley to help him. And I said, no, Stephen, this is just Glendora. So we show up for things like that. We work with Glendora Gives when they're doing the backpacks, right, for the summer before school starts. So you'll see all of us over at Williams also packing and preparing those backpacks. Let's see, you mentioned the Scout Hut earlier. We just had Troop 1944 as their Bronze Award. They actually cleaned out the closets at the Scout Hut, completely cleaned them out, restocked them with supplies for everybody to be able to use. So whomever is able, that they are using the Scout Hut, they have scissors and crayons and glues and all the things that youth groups might need when they're utilizing that hut. So that was an awesome project that they did. On 9/11, you saw a lot of our Girl Scouts out at their elementary schools, leading their schools in the flag salute. That's something that has started in the recent years. Started with Steve Bishop at Sellers and then started to spread out to the other elementary schools. And so that's something that we're very proud to be a part of. Two last things that I'll share with you is we also had one of our troops do what we call Operation Cozy Bedtime. So they realized that not everybody is blessed as, all of the girls in our community. And so they wanted to make sure that all the foster children here in Glendora had pajamas and had slippers in order to have cozy bedtimes. So we did a fundraiser event. We hosted a pajama party for all of Glendora Girl Scouts. And we collected over 200 pairs of pajamas as well as over 100 pairs of slippers. We partnered with Charter Oak Unified School District and then the Department of Family Services to make sure all those donations stayed here local within our direct community. So that's what we're doing. We're busy. We are super busy. And we love any and all of the support that you can provide to us, any connections, as Debbie said, when she talked about looking for the businesses that are willing to partner us. I am also the crazy one that takes on all of cookies for Glendora. So I am the one out partnering with all the businesses. And then if you guys ever want a fun show, the last Saturday of January is Cookie Delivery Day. So the semi truck pulls up at Glendora Unified School District, donates us the parking lot at Sellers. We have 2 semis come in, unload all 18 to 20 pallets of cookies. And within 4 hours, they're completely gone and delivered out to all of the troops. So it's quite the operation. So if you enjoy a good laugh, you want to see a well-oiled machine, come see us get started on cookie season. So thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate you being interested about our Glendora Girl Scouts.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you both very much. Do we have any comments or questions from the commission?
Just a comment of wow and thank you for what you do for the community and your dedication. I think a lot of work sometimes can go unnoticed, especially when it's done in the dark. And you have done such an amazing job of articulating just how impactful the work that you're doing is to our community and beyond. So I'm probably going to take you up on that fun show offer. So don't be surprised if I show up. So yeah.
If you want to come help us, okay, we'll take the volunteers too.
I like that. But just again, God bless you all and congratulations on your success and future successes. Thank you.
Steve.
Again, thank you for all you do. It sounds, just wonderful. I do have a question. Where do you need, are there certain age groups or sites where you need more adult help?
So yes, so absolutely. Right now, as the girls get older, that's where we find the more challenge. Because people want to get their children involved in Girl Scouts, but their people are not necessarily willing to step forward and lead those groups. So at the younger ages, we have a much higher volunteer rate as opposed to the older Girl Scouts.
Okay. I'll give it some thought over how to help find volunteers. And then are there any requirements to be a leader?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So you do have to be live scanned. You have to do your mandated reporter background check. What am I missing, Debbie?
You do need to purchase membership for Girl Scouts. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
It's okay.
The requirements to be a troop leader are first that you are a member of Girl Scouts, so that is $30 for the year. We do require all volunteers. The state of California requires volunteers working with youth to be live scanned. We cover the cost of that, so it's making an appointment, getting your fingerprints scanned, and then also mandated reporter training. We have a training for that, specifically for troop volunteers. We do offer training and support for new leaders, down to, for the Daisy and Brownie levels. As of this year, and we started this last year, they can receive a box sent to their doorstep every month with the supplies and the instructions and the resources to host 2 meetings a month. And they receive that for the first year. And then again, when they go, if they're Daisies, they go again when they go to Brownies. So we understand that families are stretched thin, and there's a lot to learn, and we want to help them be comfortable and successful in their roles. They also have a wonderful support system amongst all the leaders throughout Glendora as well. So they're part of a community of Girl Scouts within a community of Glendora.
Good. And then finally, if someone would like to help, who do they reach out to? How do they do it?
They can reach out to me, and I would be happy to connect with them. We're also on Volunteer Match through Glendora Public Library, so that is another avenue through which they can connect with us.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Mike, you had,
Yeah, a couple questions. How are the enrollment trends year to year? Is it kind of stable? Are there more Girl Scouts than last year?
Glendora has historically had high retention of about, let's say, 85%.
82% last year was our
82%
retention.
last year, right. But that means we've lost 18%, and that comes from girls graduating from high school, not continuing for one reason or another. So not only in order to grow as an organization, we need to make up for that 18% that didn't renew for whatever reason, as well as add more. So historically, I think we've been about even from year to year. Maybe down some. It's been a challenge, a huge challenge in the last several years. Our new kindergartners now were children born in 2020 in a much different world. I think that has impacted parents' willingness to volunteer and to stretch themselves beyond their comfort level a little bit.
You mentioned the meeting spaces. Would a upgraded library with new space be utilized by the Girl Scouts?
I would think yes. I'm not going to say no.
Finally, you mentioned cookies. I know there's fall product sales right now. Would you guys like to plug that at all while you have?
We do have fall product. Our fall product program takes place. Orders will start at the end of this month, and it will continue for about a month. That is a much lower key program. It's intended to give troops a little financial boost at the beginning of the year. It's all online. You're not going to see booths out at your grocery stores. You're not going to see semis pulling up to Sellers Elementary.
That's actually at Sutherland. We do.
Sutherland, okay.
Sutherland
Sutherland
supports us
Element,
for
all right.
Fall Product Delivery Day.
But if you would like to support us and you know a Girl Scout, make sure you find out if she's selling fall products. Get to know her, and she'll be happy to send you a link.
Thank you. Appreciate the presentation.
great, thank you both very much. Appreciate your time and all of the information. It's very helpful, and glad to see the successfulness of it here in the community. One more.
One comment or question. Congratulations on the cookies. Next year, hopefully, it'll be 65,000. But
Like what you're thinking?
yeah, or 70. Do they make? I can't remember. Do they make a gluten-free pack?
Toffee-tastics.
Is it okay? All right. Look at you. All right. Just preparing. Thank you.
I just had a question. I know you mentioned that you have a volunteer match program with Glendora Library, but I did wonder, have you partnered with any of the colleges and checked in with the child care or child development programs?
We have not. We have gone to preschools,
Okay.
and you know, I have reached out to them specifically in the springtime, looking for parents that might be interested in Girl Scouts with girls entering TK or kinder in that next fall.
Do they have to be a parent? Because I guess my clarifying question is, could you look to volunteers, meaning have a collaboration with the colleges where they serve as a mentor or a leader for a year?
Yes, absolutely. They do not have to be parents.
Okay.
We have actually talked about that with college students. The challenge with college students, I think they have, especially if they were Girl Scouts themselves, that is a great avenue through which to cultivate their mentorship, beneficiaries being both the girls and the mentors, the college students. As far as, I think they're great for, we know that college students are transitioning to different points in life, so I don't see them as a long-term volunteer, probably, but for a year or two, we would welcome that.
Yeah, okay,
Or whatever works with their schedule.
right. Yeah, I can see them partnering with those adult near peer groups. Cool.
All right.
I guess that's it. Thank you, ladies, again, very much. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to move on to our next update, which will be the Boy Scout update. I'd like to bring up the Scouting Committee Chair, Susan Kimball, but I think she just stepped out, right?
Yes. Susan stepped out and said, "You get started, I'll be right back." So for introduction, my name is Steve Salyards. I am active in a number of different levels within the local Boy Scout community, but importantly for this, I have been as a Scoutmaster and Assistant Scoutmaster at Troop 483 here in Glendora for the last 23 years. So one of the points we want to make that the scouting program in Glendora has been very strong, one of the strongest in LA County. And there have been multiple strong scout troops here. So almost a decade ago, when the Los Angeles Area Council was formed as part of the merger process, they did a survey of all of Los Angeles County. And Glendora, as I said, was among the strongest, maybe the strongest area for scouting, with almost 1/4 of the boys ages 11 to 13 involved in the scout troop. Involved in the scout troop. Scouts here have been involved in numerous community events over the years, including the Christmas parade, 9/11 and Memorial Day ceremonies, the Harvest Festival that used to be held at South Hills Park. I have fond memories of my older son in the Smokey the Bear costume for that. And of course, the semi-annual trail days. And yes, we are looking forward to being there, although the council has put another event right on top of that. I'm not sure what we're doing about that, but we'll deal. And one of the other things, for many years, the Scouts were also the ones putting the flags up along the streets in the commercial area of the city, mostly thanks to that being one of the pet projects of Gordon Rowley, who was the Scoutmaster of 483 for 16 years. Do you want to step in at this point?
So my name is Susan Kimball. I'm the District Commissioner for the San Gabriel Valley. Basically, anywhere from Sierra Madre all the way out to Claremont is our district. So our district, first of all, I want to go ahead and just let you guys know that we are no longer Boy Scouts of America. We are Scouting America. And that's something that we're starting to go ahead and make sure people are well aware of. The reason we are Scouting America is in 2019, girls now are part of the program. So they have really achieved a lot of things within that short period of time, including become Eagle Scouts. So it is really a great opportunity for all our families to have their children join scouting and get that experience, whether they're the boys or the girls. And I just want to start by our mission for Scouting America is to prepare young people to make ethical, moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. And I think that that's one of the things, key components of our program. We are about camping, yes, but we are about leadership, we are about character building, about becoming good citizens and understanding how our kids really have an opportunity to discover more than just whatever is in their little world at this moment. So with the 137 merit badges, they get to experience anything from veterinarian medicine to automotive to welding to pottery. I mean, it's a realm of things. And it's really to give them opportunities to experience things that they might not normally have thought of. one of the biggest things my son was like, he was so excited about doing welding. When he did the aviation merit badge, for sure he was going to be a pilot. That was his thing, you know. And it's changed every time he takes another merit badge. So it is a great opportunity for them to go ahead and grow and just have their hands in different experiences. I want to say thank you to the City of Glendora. You guys have always been very supportive of our program. Mr. Aguirre, we had an honor to recognize him in our district dinner, and that was very successful. There were a lot of people that came out to not only support him, but support us as well. And I think that maybe somebody, Mr. Friedendahl, I think is his name? No, I'm just kidding. We all know Mr. Friedendahl. So, yeah, he's a big support of our program. He believes in it, and you could tell. You know it by talking to him. Not only that his kids went through it, but he opened up a troop. He kept it going up to, what was it, when he became mayor last year? He was a commissioner, and I begged him to stay on with us. It didn't work. He said, no, I have to, dedicate my time elsewhere, which is fine. But I wanted to say that really with scouting, it's about really having our youth have experiences. Our troop has done high adventure camps the last 3 summers. We've gone out, 4 summers already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we went to Philmont out in New Mexico, where they hiked however many, 70 miles.
Yeah, the 3 years ago, we hiked 83 miles. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, so, right. The Philmont Trek 3 years ago was 83 miles. This past summer was 41 actually on the trail with packs and a whole bunch more scrambling around the campsites.
They went out canoeing at up by Canada. However many miles they did that one too.
Yeah.
And also Sea Base is one of our scout camps out in Florida. They actually learned how to sail a boat. They were in the Bahamas. My son said it was a vacation. It was not just, camp. So he really enjoyed that. So again, it's about those experiences and just getting the opportunity to give them that. We have a smaller group here in Glendora. Some of our packs in general, our packs have suffered, especially after COVID. Scouting, you think outdoors. We were having to have meetings indoors over Zoom. Parents just weren't buying it. They're like, this is not scouting. So we're trying to build that up and really emphasize on the packs, which are kindergarten through 5th graders, to go ahead and build that group so that those kids then transition into troops. And those are the 11 all the way up to they turn the age of 18. And really, it's about their journey and how they go about doing their journey at their pace and how they want to go ahead and accomplish it. A lot of parents, we were like, what are you doing? When are you going to do it? And is it going to be done? But as leaders, it's our responsibility to say, this is the scout journey. And in our troop, we are all boys. There are troops that are girl troops and boy troops. We are all boys. We've been around for more now than 70 years in Glendora. And we are, just reminded of how awesome these kids are. I kind of go and do the Eagle Court of Honors, this is the final part of their career for Eagle Scout. We interview them. We're like this, a board, and the scout talks to us. Mr. Salyards is our head person for Eagle Court of Honors. But to see those kids, be able to see them, be able to respond to us, answer those questions, be able to go ahead and explain what is it that they did as an Eagle project, what it took, what the challenges were, how did they overcome those challenges, it's an awesome thing to see. And I would suggest if anyone would like to sit on one of those Eagle boards, let us know. You are more than welcome to sit on it because you're going to say, wow, these are our kids. And I think that that's, something that is really awesome about the scouting program. Mr. Salyards is going to talk about the Eagle projects that we've done here in Glendora. to kind of get you to really see that, like you said, I think sometimes it's not under the dark, it's under rain and early mornings and everything, but we are out there doing things for the community. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, and yeah, I'll just repeat, open invitation to community leaders to serve on Eagle boards. I've got the deal with Mr. Friedendahl that any Glendora board that comes up, I send him an email and say, can you make it? And if he can make it, he is there. So any of the rest of you are welcome. In terms of Eagle projects around the city, the one other thing I wanted to add on, talked about the Scouts BSA going co-ed here a few years back. One of the things to recognize is that the Exploring and Venturing program had been co-ed since '74. All right, so those are for 18 to 20-year-olds, and it includes the police explorers here in the city of Glendora. So Eagle projects around the city, the Trails Committee once provided a list of Eagle projects completed in the Big Dalton Canyon Wilderness Park, and it covered a page and a half, and not in big type either. Almost any rock work you see in Big Dalton Canyon was construction as part of an Eagle project, be it the rock wall at the amphitheater, the decorative walls and benches at trailheads, support work on the bridges, or the drinking fountain at the day camp cabin. Similarly, nearly every trail bridge reflects some Eagle project work, some of them at least twice, with replacing bridges that were washed out by floods. In addition, the electrical work at the amphitheater and the flagpole has at least one Eagle project behind it, and many of the trail signs are part of projects. A new project just finished to repair and adjust the Pavel Trail to improve safety in wilderness, and the fencing around the rock with the indigenous artifact is another of the prominent projects there in Big Dalton. Likewise, there are trailheads and benches at South Hills Park to enhance hikers' experience, and these are the result of Eagle projects as well. But Eagle service abounds around the city streets as well, with beautification for native plants or in particular city lots, and plants to attract pollinators, along with trees along city streets. That a couple of those projects were supported by a grant to the city for adding trees, and a couple of Eagle projects got those trees planted. One of the major recipients of Eagle projects in the last few years has been the Spartan Garden at Sandburg Middle School. The majority of the work on the garden building the planters, installing drip irrigation, and adding some trees has been the product of Eagle projects. But the Scout service projects extend to some form of beautification at virtually every school here in Glendora. At Sandburg, native plant refurbishment and beautification have taken place in front of the school, and much work has been done on the athletic fields in Sandburg Middle School Park back behind. Similarly, with Goddard, there have been music room and library improvements inside the building, and numerous improvements to the athletic facilities behind the school and in George Manchian Park adjacent to it. And at Glendora High School, work has been done refurbishing the landscape outside the buildings, improvements to the interior, particularly the music rooms, and the prominent murals on the outside walls of the music rooms and the swimming pool are both products of Eagle projects. Beyond city facilities, a tremendous amount of work has been done for the Glendora Conservancy. This includes trail improvements on the Colby Trail and conservation-related work in the ranch area. In addition, 2 Eagle projects did remediation work on the creek along the Colby Trail following the Colby fire to limit debris coming down the canyon into the residential areas below. In addition, the trailhead at the Open Door Trail is the product of an Eagle project. So there's a quick summary of what's been done.
I guess that just to enclose, we don't sell cookies, but we do sell popcorn. So, once you buy your cookies, you could go ahead and buy your popcorn. Our popcorn season's right now. Just throwing it out there. If you see our little scouts out there, it's because they're selling popcorn. And, it is something that is part of their experience as well, being able to go up to an adult and getting no's for answers sometimes. How do you deal with that? How do you, overcome those kind of challenges? And really it is about challenges, what kind of challenges are out there, and how do you work with them? So our troop, again, is a boy troop, but there are girl troops. So our troop is a boy-led troop, meaning that everything that happens in that room at that meeting is because of what the scouts decided they wanted. Kind of chaos sometimes, kind of a little bit, loud, but they're enjoying themselves. They're understanding what the purpose is of that meeting, and they go ahead and conduct themselves in a proper manner. So really, it's about our older scouts teaching our younger scouts. And we always say the adults there in uniform, just making sure that nobody gets hurt, nobody falls off the cliff, and we're all, coming back. And our scoutmaster says 10% return on a hike.
10% loss.
10% loss, okay. It is pretty good, so. I didn't say that out loud, but, but it is really a fun program for them. And really what we, again, appreciate all the support that you've given us. Mr. Friedel has come with medals at Eagle Court of Honors. So it recognizes that scout at that level and what it means to them. So I really appreciate it. There's always someone from council that goes and is part of that program, Court of Honor, and it really means a lot. Being part of the district, I have different cities. You don't see it as much. You don't see that same kind of support. So it's really important that we have your support, and we do appreciate it. The only thing that I could, would ask for is maybe being able to help get our scouting out there, right? That we're here, that we are open, and that we want, people to join us. And one of the things that, maybe in being in the Parks and Rec booklet or something like that, where we're having it be there so it could be an option for our scouts. I always tell, when we're talking about membership, I said when I was getting programs for my kids, that's the first place I would go to. Where's the Parks and Rec book? At that time, it was still booklets, not online. But where's the booklet? I would go get it from the, for the department. And, okay, guys, what do you want to sign up for? I don't want to sign up for anything. Here's the list. Figure it out. Because then if you don't, I'm going to figure it out. So they came out with all kinds of different things, and there was always that opportunity. So when my little one decided he wanted to be in Scouts, I was like, what? What Scouts? Never been camping, never done any of that. He's very persistent. And now he completed his Eagle rank in November of last year. And he loved the program 100%. I kind of was pushing him to come on, let's get going. You could do this. Right before his 18th birthday, he was done. But it was an opportunity. I really kind of realized it wasn't that he was in a rush to do it. He was enjoying the program. So he didn't feel like he had to rush. He's like, Mom, I'm going to do it. Don't worry about it. So just want to let you guys know it is a fun program for everyone. And now we're getting a lot of our troop has been around over 70 years in Glendora. So a lot of our older or experienced leaders have come back. Mr. Salyards, I think your youngest is what, 30-something?
My youngest is about to turn 30.
About to be
Turn
30.
next week.
And he's still coming to our troop meetings. So it really is a testament of the program.
Thank you both very much again for your time coming tonight, giving us a lot of insight as to the organization and the programs that you guys are a part of. Do we have any questions? I'll start down here with Steve.
Again, thank you for what you do. When we have our community awards, we recognize the recent Eagle Scouts, and the poise and the confidence that these young men have is admirable. And so that's testament to what you do. So thank you so much. Just wondering, what challenges do you think you have upcoming in the next couple of years?
I think right now is building our packs again. And it is about the parent involvement, like they mentioned in Girl Scouts. We are struggling with that because it seems like our parents are very active, and so they have more than one kid. They're doing this, they're doing that, and that has been a challenge. But I think that one of the biggest things that when I go out and recruit, I talk to the families, and what I want to bring to them is for them to understand that at the PAC level, which are the kindergartens to the 5th graders, you only have a certain amount of time with them before they start listening to other people. They don't want to listen to mom and dad anymore. They have friends, they have other people that they're influenced by. That kindergarten through 5th grade, you spend that time with them, you go out camping with them, and you do activities with them, you are part of them. It makes a big difference. And I think that PAC level is about family program. So the whole family gets to join in. Not only the scout, but the younger sibling, the older sibling will go camping. Mom, dad, grandma wants to go, grandpa, whoever wants to go. It is a family program. So letting our families know that, letting them experience that, and then also kind of just reminding them that girls are part of Scouting America, because that is one of those challenges right now, because a lot of people still don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mike, anything?
And one question that I also had for the Girl Scouts, you mentioned enrollment. Do you have what the numbers are, or retention year over year, or any trends that?
Of our retention for the district or for the council?
Just for the district.
So basically, again, we have those that are after the age of 18, they either join as an adult or they go to the other programs that are offered. So right now, we did lose quite a few of our PACs, and I just know for my district, we lost a lot of our PACs within our the San Gabriel Valley, and we're trying to get that back. So trying to figure out how to best go about membership has been our challenge. So it's a work in progress right now.
And then just one other one. You mentioned some of the projects that you've completed in Glendora. Do you have any in the next year to 5 years that you're kind of looking at that you can suggest, or anything you have your eyes on that you can get future PACs or troops involved in?
So the encouragement is for the scout to go out and look in their communities and their areas that they're involved with. So we have a lot of scouts that we're part of the Little League, and they go and fix the field. They put in brand new cubbies for the baseball over in Goddard. Beautiful. If you look at Glendora High School, the tennis lockers you could see from the street, that is one of our scouts that did that because he was part of tennis. So we really encourage them to look out and see what is it that can be done. Now, they always could ask, right? They could always say, like, what's missing? What is it that you want? They've gone to Sandberg for the garden. So it's really them looking to see how they can improve their community. And if you have any suggestions, always bring them down our way.
Yeah, one of the interesting things is Sandberg has gotten a lot of Eagle projects because that's where Eric Osborne was principal for a few years. Eric is a Eagle Scout out of a Glendora troop. He knows what happens. He keeps a list, and he's still involved in helping scouts with Eagle projects. He keeps a list of potential Eagle projects. And if you approach him, he'll say, let's go walk around. And he'll show you a bunch of things that he thinks need to be done there. But as Susan said, one of the things that we really want is for the Eagle candidate to be invested, to really find a project that's very meaningful to them. And so, they may see, 5 there, and one of them may jump out at them. None of them may jump out, and they may, if they come up with something else. The murals at Glendora High School are an example of that. The band room and the swimming pool. In both cases, the scouts said, I think we need decorations here, and started talking with Rob Tilton and the administration there at the high school to arrange and make that happen.
And one of our scouts is part of the bagpipe, and decided he wanted to go ahead and just help the room be a little more organized, just go ahead, and he did a fabulous job there. He just finished doing that one. So they see it. They see, you know, they're in their school, they know, they're like, hey, you know what, these are pretty run down. How can we go ahead and do that? And they go out and do it. A lot of our scouts, I know my son, for example, didn't know anything about, you know, cement. And he was Googling it all, you know, because he was going to have to put in the cement. So it gives them that opportunity to go ahead and say, okay, how do I do this? Who do I get to kind of help me do it? Because my expertise is only so much. I need to get help with that. And Mr. Friederlaw didn't let him get away with anything.
No.
Thank you. Brittany?
Yes, I was just going to, again, commend you all for the work that you do and how it impacts our community in such a positive way. We do, because of the work that we do, we overlap a lot of some of the wonderful things that you're doing, such as the gift wrapping that we have, and it couldn't be done without that partnership. So great job on that. Question for you about, is there an incentive for new memberships? So for instance, do you have a program where you have your older aging out scouts that can get a badge or something for bringing in that next generation? And that way you have a continuous flow of one going out, one coming in, or something to that effect. Because word of mouth is always the best sales pitch, right?
You want to go? Okay, so of course, Scouts would be nothing without patches, right? So they love their patches. There is a recruiter patch that they earn. And in Scouts, that's the big word, earn. They do really earn. Everything that they are decorated with is because of their work and their commitment to making sure that they've accomplished that. So there is a recruiter patch, and it doesn't even necessarily be an older Scout. It could be with a friend. You know, they're in school and they're talking about, what did you do this weekend? I went camping here and we had so much fun. And they start talking. And they are our best recruiters, more so than, you know, these old adults.
I just add to that when, during the period I was Scoutmaster, one of the things is for the first class rank, which is sort of the middle rank if you're not familiar with it. One of the requirements is to bring a friend to the Scout meeting. All right, so they have to do that. And we actually had really good success for a couple of years when I was Scoutmaster with these are, you know, Scouts who were not part of the Cub Scouts, did not, you know, bridge up. And, you know, they came and absolutely, you know, they loved it. They were hooked after the first meeting and kept coming back. So that's another place where it's sort of built into the program.
Eddie?
No, I just want to say thank you for all the investment that you put in to the youth, and I challenge you to sell 70,000 bags of popcorn this next year.
And if we could get a distribution center?
I think you could partner up,
Yeah,
with the Girl Scouts.
Go on and bring it, because we have to go out to LA, so if we could bring it closer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much for your time and your continued efforts and just support for the local community and for the boys and girls that are part of the scouting organization. So thank you. Thank you for your time. Okay, moving on to our next special item. That's Glendora Youth Soccer Update. I'd like to bring up the Glendora Youth Soccer President, Jenna LaCour.
Sorry, let me get, this is for a tall person, sorry. Before we get started, if you'll indulge us in indulging you guys a little bit more, my assistant. Do you need more? Do you need more to pass? Did you guys? Okay, now we're ready, I think. So my name is, oh, yeah, I know, I heard about the candy jars, so. So my name is Jenna. It is my 4th season coaching a team with Glendora Youth Soccer, my 3rd season with the board. I was actually a Glendora High School graduate, many years ago. I won't say how many, a lot. But when we came back to Glendora from San Diego, where my daughter was born, GYS was actually my first reconnection to the city. And her first introduction to the city, even before she went to school. So we are really excited to be a part of it. Now you will have to just claw it out of our hands because we love it so much. So thank you all for being, or allowing me to be here to talk about something I love so much here tonight. Thank you so much to Annie for helping me prep, to Amelia Stoll for being here. She is truly the North Star of our team. And my daughter, Lila, thank you. Oh wait, did I skip one? Oh, let me be here really quick, and then I'll go off on all of these, I promise. So we have 20 total board members working with us this year. I love them all. They're so important to the team, every single one of them. We need more, even. So many of them are either new to our team this season or in a new position this season, and that's something was a challenge going in, but everybody really took on, and things are going fairly smoothly, dare I say that out loud. But everybody's doing a really great job in their new roles, which is very great to see. Okay, now we'll go forward. So we have been in the community for as many people as I ask and as many Google searches as I do. We have no year, so if anyone can contribute to that. But 30 to 40, we have community members who played when they were 5. So it's been a while, it's been around. We still feature the original pledges on our website for the teams, for the players. We're still very focused on the player experience. We want to send everybody who comes through our program out as a better player, of course, but a better teammate, a better community member, all of that. As you guys know, in youth sports, there are challenges, and we're hoping we're teaching them how to come out of those. In January, I took over for Juan Castro, who took over for Robert Fleming before that, and who took over for Lee Strollo before that. Juan is still a big part of our team as our purchaser now. Robert and Lee are also still there for us to consult with any questions, so our team is hanging on and supporting us as we move forward. Okay, this season we have 1,429 players. Playing over 112 teams. Each of those teams plays 10 regular season games, plus a tournament for the top 4 teams in each of those divisions and all-stars. We have 181 badged coaches this season. Of those 1,429 players, 79% of them are Glendora residents, which is up from 75% last year. In the past, a little interesting tidbit of something we changed this season. In the past, we let the registration numbers determine the makeup of our divisions. So we would see how many kids did we get for whatever age, and we would say, okay, we're gonna have 5 teams of 12, and they're gonna play 10v10. The feedback that I was getting from coaches over the past few seasons was they didn't like the inconsistency year over year. So this year, we capped our divisions, and we said, okay, over the past 3 years, the current girls 10 division has had 75 to 80 participants. We're gonna say 6 teams of 13. The first minute 78 are in, it's closed, and we'll create a waiting list from there. We were nervous about that. Some people liked it and some people did not like it. However, we still increased our participation numbers by more than 100, and our wait list is half what it was last year. So we ended up leaving 42 kids on the wait list last year, and we have 21 kids on the wait list that got left kind of behind. We haven't found them a spot yet for this season. So even with capping those divisions, we were still able to provide an opportunity for more kids to play and less being left behind. In addition to that, of course, growth is always such an important thing for any organization. For me, on my teams also, but in the league at large, I always want to ask, like, it's at the end of the season, do I have 13 families who are like, pick me again? You know, that's when I'm like, oh, yes, we did it. We did a great job. We had 83% of our players who could return. So that means a bulk of these kids are having this experience and saying, I want to do it again. And that to me is more successful than all the other league kids that come our way. You know, our kids are saying, we like it, we want to stay. Okay, we play on a combination of district fields and city fields. This season, we made another change where we have each gender and age playing on their own field. So my hopes with that is consistency, of course, so nobody's lost on game day, but also us just providing less damage. I don't know if that's the right word, but use of the field, right? So on Goddard North, we have 6 teams that play there. We only play 3 games there every Saturday. Goddard South, they only play 2 games there every Saturday. So my hope is that that wear and tear is not as bad when we just have fewer games going on those fields. We did have some great plans for the summer that I think Andy and I are hoping come to fruition maybe next summer or in the fall, where we were hoping to aerate and reseed all the fields at Sellers. I haven't been back long enough to know when that ever happened before, but we had such great plans. We were happy to cover the cost of the seeding, and a broken pump foiled our plans. I know. It took a month to get the pump back, then there wasn't power to the pump, all kinds of stuff. We're so appreciative. Actually, the district has now made a change to put a little Band-Aid there so that we are watering there now properly. But hopefully we can all work together to get that spread out around the fields as we move forward. It is difficult. A lot of our constituents think that we're in charge of the fields, so we have to kind of inform them on that. But we're always working together to try to figure out how to improve the safety, the beauty. I say play on a little dirt sometimes, you know. Our budget. Okay. So this season we did increase our prices in preparation for the per player fee for the city. We did not hear any complaints or concerns back from families, so it seems like that price point is something that's okay. Still 1,429 families joined us. Interestingly enough, because of the caps on the divisions, most of them made it into the early bird window, which was 165. I said, well, good thing we increased it. So many of them still ended up paying the lowest price point. We do set a refund deadline for prior to our team formation. We do draft from ages 7 up. So it's a very intricate process, and if somebody drops and wants a refund after the teams are made, it can really upset the balance and integrity of the teams. So we set that refund deadline before, because a lot of them will stay if they're not going to get their money back. So that kind of keeps the teams intact. This season, we are working very hard to nail down every single dollar. So you can see we do know where our big dollars are going. We have a bunch of little dollars too that we are trying to very carefully track down so that we can ask, what more can we provide to our players? What more can we provide to our coaches? This season, we gave everyone on our field team a step ladder that we bought for them. You know, what things can we do to make it a better experience for every sort of component of the league? Last season, our past president, Juan Castro, moved everything into QuickBooks. Used to just be all on paper. So that's been a huge benefit to us this season. Additionally, he added an accountant to our team. So she does all the payroll for us for our, we'll get into that, the teams that work for us. But that's been hugely helpful. Also last season, we started sponsorship opportunities. So when it kind of came up that we were going to have new expenses with the per player fee, my question, because I come from a nonprofit fundraising background, was, have we ever asked for money? You know? So we opened up a sponsorship opportunity that Taylor Warner actually takes the lead on for us, and has been great for us, kind of filling in that void of more expenses. We also opened a gear shop, as you can see. We offer the classic logo as well. And so we're finding different ways to keep adding to how we can make more money to serve our community. Oh, that's my old team. Look at Brittany. Brittany's daughter was on my team last season. I miss her very much. So we made some major changes to our refereeing plans this season. So in the past, our refs were able to see the schedule for games, and they could sign up for whatever games they wanted to ref. Sometimes that put us in a position where we had too many inexperienced refs on the field trying to manage a game. Many of you have played in the league, so I don't feel like I need to get into the details on what that means, but it is helpful to have an experienced referee in the center and the ones that are learning on the, oh, I thought that was you, on the sidelines. So our new VP and head ref Samantha Pena assigns the referees to the games. So she's working really hard to make sure there's an experienced ref in the center, helping to teach the ARs and to manage that game. We required more training this season on the front end in class and on the field. We have 80 referees, and 35 of them are GYS players, either current or past. Our field crew also is made up of many of our past and present players. We have 11 team members, led by Kent Sommer, who go out every Friday night and they paint the lines, they hang the nets, they put the corner flags, and then I run out there and see if they did it right. And usually they have, mostly so far. So it's a special opportunity for those kids who played with us to also go out there and manage those fields, go out there and ref the games, and that's kind of a fun opportunity that we can provide for them. We're almost to the end. So achievements and concerns. Of course, the growth is an achievement every time, right? More kids is a great thing. The returning families, to me, is such a huge achievement. Coaches that come back year after year. We had kind of a very cool thing that we kind of came up with this season, an idea that came from one of our directors, Hung Lam, who we have an issue because so many times people want to compare us to another league, right? Like, well, they get to pick their sizes and jersey numbers. Well, our preseason is the summertime. Nobody is here, right? So we deal with different challenges. So we provide 15 jerseys, 14 jerseys, and we hope the coach does the best to give the smaller kids the smaller size, and it makes it work. It doesn't always work. So we order additional jerseys after the fact. It's usually between 60 and 100 of the 1429 that we couldn't get into whatever sizes we had. It's tough to get those extra orders in. So our board member said, you know what, wait, let's decide we're going to use the same uniform design next year. Let's decide we're going to use the same logo next year, and let's backstock the ones that aren't being used, that aren't the right size. So I thought that was cool. Like, that's a great way to help manage our budget a little bit when it comes to that. We can more quickly turn up a jersey for someone rather than waiting for Zini to prepare it. Then we got to go pick it up. Then can we get it in time for picture day? So that was a really fun, I thought, achievement for the season. We also have, I think, a really huge buy-in from our board to focus on creating a really sustainable infrastructure for the team. It's a lot to be a volunteer, especially for an organization like this. Everyone's so passionate. Everyone has so many feelings about so many things. And I think the team we've got in place really wants to see us set something up so that people can follow behind us and really have it continue for decades to come. Challenges and concerns in the future. That's a lot of kids, 1,429. A lot of kids, a lot of personalities, a lot of parents. And it's just kind of a lot to handle, just the sheer quantity of what's going on. 20 of us board members to manage 1,429. It's a lot. In some divisions, we also, like the Girl Scouts and Scouting have said, we have a struggle sometimes getting volunteers in some of the older divisions. So the coaches, they love to coach the 5-year-olds and the 6-year-olds when they're adorable and running around crazy. And then you get a little older and the parents are like, ooh, I do not know enough to win a trophy, you know? So we do struggle in the older ages. We also have some birth years where it just turns out the parents are wildly involved and we have more coaches than we could ever need, and some where ours, of course, parents of kids who were born in 2015 are involved. And some birth years that we just struggle every time. So we always end up with enough. I'm actually a product of that. My daughter, I convinced her to sign up when we first got here, and I got the email from our director to all the parents that said, oh, if we don't get another coach, not everyone's gonna play. So I said, you know what everybody says, I'll be an assistant first. And then 30 minutes later, I got the welcome to coaching email. And I have never left, and I never will. So that works, that email works. But something else that we kind of have on the horizon that's been talked about the past few seasons is possibly doing coaching clinics. So when we have coaches or parents who are like, you know, I would do it, but I don't know enough about soccer. I don't know what kind of drills to do. We have people who have that experience who could provide that for them. It's just us kind of figuring out the right setup for that. So hopefully that's on the horizon. We are going to look in December at letting some of our divisions possibly go. We were so excited this year about doing a girls 15 to 17 division. In the past, it's been, well, I guess it must have been girls, and then it went to co-ed. And we were like, let's try to get all girls, because it can be hard for them sometimes. 16 girls in a group of 105. It's really that small of an amount. But we didn't get enough girls to sustain 4 teams. So we ended up shuffling them down to girls 13 to 15. Some of them went and played with the boys that are 14 to 17. But I think we have to really take a look at, even if we're excited about it, is it a need in the community? Is the community excited? Do we have 52 girls who want to play between the ages of 15 and 17? And kind of look at, because really us putting it out there puts us then on the back end being like, oh no, it's time to make teams, and what do we do now? So that's going to be something we have to look at in December, of what does the community really call for in, as far as that age group goes. And then the field conditions. Hopefully, we're going to have green fields next season. Fingers crossed. I know everybody's working hard together to make it happen. That's it for me. Questions?
Great, thank you so
Thank you.
much for coming out, and thank you for the lovely gifts. We appreciate that. I'm going to start with Brittany in this end. Questions or comments?
Well, you know I'm the right one to start with because I love Coach Jenna.
Don't make me cry. Stop.
I can only just speak to the fact that my children have been involved in soccer here in Glendora since our youngest was the very youngest in the entire district ever to play at 4. She was 4, brand new 4. And so I just want to say that this program has meant so much to our family. It's not just an activity to take your children to, but this is a family. And not only that, when you have coaches like Jenna, coaches like, we have so many wonderful coaches. We've been blessed. And it grows the connection throughout. These students see each other at schools. They become good, close friends. So I just want to commend you. The work does not go unnoticed. And I have to say, I will continue to support this program. I support you as the president of the group. They're in good hands. We're in good hands. Lila, your mom, it doesn't get better than Coach Jenna. So thank you to all, Coach Joe, all of we got Coach Leslie this year. It's great. It's great. It's great. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I can say.
Eddie?
Yeah, no, it's a great program. My kids have participated. In regards to the 15 to 17-year-olds, you tried that this past year, or last year?
This year. So last season, we had a co-ed 14 to 17 where there were 16 females out of 104. This season, we tried to pull them out and say, let's do girls 15 to 17. We had 16 girls sign up in that age group. We need 52 to at least have 4 teams to play each other. So we reached out to our connections at the high school, other high schools nearby. We emailed anyone in our database who would be that age now, even if they had fallen off over the past couple years. We were all excited, like, this is gonna be a hit, and it wasn't. So we had our 15-year-olds drop to make it a girls 13 to 15 division, and then we had 8 or 10, I think now there's 8 girls choose to go and play with the boys. And then they also had the choice to get a refund if they felt like they didn't want to do that. I think the girls who belong there went there, and they're having a great season. And same with the 15-year-old girls who dropped down. I think everybody's happy. We just really had high hopes for it.
No, that's a great idea. I didn't.
Yeah.
I wish I would have heard, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Sorry. Yeah, would have gotten some of
keep
my
trying.
kids involved. But also, one other question, did the new fields at Louis Pompey, has that just increased attendance and membership or anything like that?
I love going there.
Yeah.
My daughter's constantly calling me on the weeknights. When are you going to be home? Sorry, I'm addicted. But yeah, it's a great place. It's so funny because one of the things my daughter did 1 year with Lassie League, and one of the very cool things was that they all play at the same place, and you can watch your friend and then pop over and watch another friend. So it's great to have places like Louis Pompey, Sellers, Goddard, where we have multiple fields, and you can kind of hang around and watch watch each other. But I mean, nothing cooler than playing under the lights.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Steve?
Steve.
Well done, Jenna.
Thank you.
So you've increased your numbers this year, which is outstanding. How's it going so far? And do you think you have room? Do you see a max? Like,
Oh,
where
gosh,
you
I
might
feel
get to a
like
point where it's
there's
like,
gotta
that's
be a
too many
max.
kids,
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like it's 1429. No,
Yeah.
I think there probably is one. I think that's something we probably need to look at. It is tough. Like I said, we have 20 board members, and as much as we have people present, like as often as we can, there's stuff going on, shenanigans. What I try to, when we do have challenges, remind myself of and our board of is like, if there's 9 people giving us a hard time, there's 1,420 people having a great experience. The sheer quantity makes it like really difficult to not have any challenges. I would say so far it seems sort of quiet. I mean, there are things going on, but nothing really major. So it feels smooth for now.
Great. Great.
But I do think that I do think there probably is a number that's where we should slow down. The hard part is where is that and what is it, right? Like our co-ed 5 division had 150 players this season. We have 10 teams of 15. It's bonkers. Like they are at the seams. So yeah, I guess we would have to look at what is that number and what do we do to kind of make sure we're at that. Who do we eliminate or where do we minimize?
Well, the one time I've gone to watch, it looked like everyone was having a great time, really great atmosphere. Parents were well behaved. Parents,
good to hear.
parents were having a good time. Kids were having a good time. So you're doing something right. Congratulations.
Steve.
Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Mike?
Just want to echo what Commissioner Porcher said. We moved here about 4 years ago, and we met lots of people through GYS, and it's been wonderful. Well, both my kids have done it. One is currently doing it, and I had practice today. Few questions, though.
Yeah.
So my son plays club soccer now. He's kind of aged out. And we got a lot of emails about parent behavior towards the refs at that level. And I was curious if, at your level, at the more recreational level, if you received anything like that from the governing bodies in the area, and how has the parent behavior been towards refs?
What a great question. What we try to do is to remind everyone at the top of the season and then again later in the season and then again later and later in the season that our refs are, many of them, a part of our community. The minimum age to ref for our organization is 13 years old. So a lot of the time, what we need to check ourselves, our parents with, is that like you're yelling at a child likely. With our new sort of scheduling plan with the refs, I feel like we're seeing less issues. The parents are competitive. There's like no way around that. But having the center ref that's more experienced, have more control over the game, I think is helping those issues right now, at least. None of them are yelling at refs, but we do our best to make sure they are reminded that their behavior is being watched by their children. We try to remind our coaches that you're also responsible for your parents' behavior on your teams. So we're doing everything that we can, for sure. It's a tough job being a ref.
Very tough job.
Yeah.
You mentioned you have about 80 refs. Is that enough?
I think right now it is. So we actually had the benefit of we told some not to come back. So as much as, of course, they're such an important part, we should all respect them. Not everybody's cut out for the job. We had some last season that we felt like we didn't want to have return, and we feel lucky that we were in a position to say, it's not for you with us. We also had a lot return who knew that Sam was coming up as our head ref and our VP, who came back to ref for her, which is such a huge testament to like how incredible she is. So we have a lot of experience, and refs who ref in club or at a high school level, and now they have to learn our rules. But they're great. They have a lot of experience controlling a game and a crowd.
And last one, you mentioned some of the short-term stuff. Is there anything 3 to 5 years out that you've started to look at that you want to expand on? Or we mentioned contract a little bit, but anything further down the
5 years out,
roadmap?
I'm just trying to survive the season. You know what? I'm going to put that on the December list of
right,
things to
perfect.
talk about, for sure,
Thank
for
you.
5 years out, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you again for coming, sharing. Having been a resident here and all of my kids going through all the sports activities, I think soccer and basketball are probably the two sports where the enrollment, I don't think, has ever wavered from a perspective of children. I don't think there was ever a time in either one of those sports that they would honestly sit here and go, well, we're really struggling for anything. So it's good to know that it's continuing, that it's in good hands, and that you are truly moving it forward and keeping what we all have been a part of for so long going. I know, Steve, you've been around. We've been doing this for a long time. So, again, very cool. The one question that I have goes back to the number of players. You mentioned that there's roughly about 20% that are not Glendora residents.
Yes.
So that translates to right around 300 kids.
Okay.
We have 21 on a wait list. Are any 21 of those kids Glendora residents, or are they outside residents? And do you look at that? And if you're at a point of trying to cap something, would it be something that you would look at to say, all right, we're going to keep it at this number because we want Glendora residents to have the opportunity to participate versus outside kids?
Right.
Which I understand. Other communities, other cities don't have this opportunity. I believe there's other soccer organizations that you can participate in Laverne. I'm not sure going on to Azusa, Covina, those areas, but again, Glendora, right? That's what we're here for. That's what we're about. I'd just be curious to know if that has been the thought.
Yes, so there are some Glendora residents on the wait list, absolutely. I know that's a change that basketball recently made. It's a change that Lassie League made in the fall season here. Definitely something for us to look at, for sure. Absolutely.
But question there, were those kids signed up late? That's why they're on the waiting list?
So they're on the
that-
wait list
that-
because their parents didn't.
Well,
check their
that, I
emails.
agree there,
No.
but that's
Yeah.
not,
So what? So
I
the-
mean,
so
they
the
had
way-
time to sign up, they just didn't do it in a timely fashion. That's why they're on the waiting list.
So the way we did it was so I looked at, like I said, the past 3 years of each birth year to say, like, for instance, in our division, girls 10, it's always been 75 to 80 kids, so we're going to stop it at 78. We emailed, we had coaches contact parents, we did everything we could to inform anyone who's played with us before that there's going to be a cap. And when we reach that number in that division, anybody from that will go to the wait list. Unfortunately, in our division, people don't drop. Sometimes in other divisions, they do. So in girls 10, we had originally 10 on the wait list. By the time we got to the end of it, I think we have 4 now. So luckily for those 6 or some that moved on, we did have people drop. There are some divisions where kids will decide to play something else after they've signed up, things like that. And that's how we move them up. Or they get injured early in the season, we move them off the wait list. There's different ways that we do that. So basically anyone who hit the wait list meant they didn't get in before that division hit that number. Now, we didn't take into account yet, are they all Glendora residents? How many of them are Glendora residents? But that is something that is on our radar since other organizations have looked at that and done that. We started our registration March 1st, so we were kind of early on the end of that. But that's what happened. And there's no way to predict how quickly each one will fill up, right? So I think that speaks to why so many people had the early bird price, because they were worried. And really, it served us as far as building out the season. In the past, we had our registration open until 3 days before we drafted teams, which, oh my gosh, I was the player agent one of the years. I helped Ian Stewart one of the years. It's insane. So this year, we actually closed our registration 6 weeks before we did the draft so we could prepare for the season. And I think the caps really helped us with that too, because we're not going, I don't know how many kids it's going to be. I don't know how many uniforms to order. I don't know how many teams there are until 3 days before we pick them. So it was our first time taking control of that. And truly we'll never be able to say when a division will hit a cap, which was why we did so much marketing, email, and social media to make sure that people knew if you're not within this number, you're not gonna get in. And we did look at There were two divisions, boys 11 and boys 8, where we had a full team's worth of kids on the wait list, and we added a team to the division. Against my desire to have only even number of teams, we adjusted and we had odd. So when we have an odd number of teams in a division, they can't all play on Saturday, so we have to play a game during the week at one of the schools with referees. It's a challenge, but we knew we had a full team's worth of kids on the wait list, so we added them in. Now, in the other divisions, they didn't make it to a full team on the wait list. And it really, the interesting part too is it's so risky to clear the entire wait list, because then when you have people drop, you don't have any list to go to. It leads to conflicts where a coach brings on a friend who's a better player than maybe somebody else might have been on the wait list, right? Other coaches don't love that. Or we just can't even find anybody to fill in for them because we cleared the wait list completely. So it's kind of a dicey decision to make in every division on letting them in before the season starts or hanging on to them to have them in case something happens. But we did take kids off and add new teams when there were enough.
It is one of the most challenging parts, having been a part of the Little Leagues and being the president of the Little League. Families in Glendora are notorious for signing up at the very last minute. It's just the norm, right? We're all busy. There's all kinds of activities going on. And no matter what you say and what you get out there to really get people to do something early, it just doesn't translate year after year after year.
Right.
So capping them, getting the word out, letting people know that, hey, your son or daughter might not have an opportunity to play, that might push them in a direction. I guess just hearing the number of kids from outside of Glendora, 300, that's a lot. So a lot of people are coming here for what we have to offer. So
Right.
that's a testament to what we've built.
Right.
It's just hard to know that they're in place of other Glendora residents.
Right.
But to John's point, if the family did not do what they needed to do in a timely manner, then there's not much more we can actually do.
And that's
So-
that's the difficult part, but what I do feel like is positive about this season versus last was we left 42 kids on the wait list last year, and now we have 21.
Most
So
definitely.
it being a smaller number to me feels like the cap wasn't necessarily damaging the number of kids getting to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
But I
made
do think we
sense.
should take into account the Glendora residents. I know the other leagues are doing it. It's definitely something for us to look into for sure.
Something to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for all of your hard work and your passion for what you have for the city, for the kids, for the youth. It takes a special amount of heart and dedication, so much appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
And in total, when I sat on the soccer board for many, many years when I started in Glendora 30-some years ago, 1,800 they had back then.
Oh.
1,800 kids played.
Okay.
They went all the way to 17. And for the most part, we had the same fields. We did have a couple at Citrus
Okay.
that are no longer with us. But for the most part, yeah, they would run about 1,800 kids. And then it dropped as football came on, the numbers dropped.
How many board members did you have, and how did you manage them?
They had probably the same as yours.
Yeah, okay, about
They had
that.
talked about having 2 vice presidents, one for the girls and one for the boys,
Okay.
to help.
And
in
we've
those
looked at
divisions.
splitting player agent, but to younger and older.
Oh.
Because making teams for 1,429, it's a lot. So, yeah. Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Okay, on to our next presentation, the Community Service Foundation presentation. I'd like to call upon Administrative Assistant Megan Stone to come and start the presentation.
I'm going to pass it along to Eric Frecking.
To our illustrious president, Mr. Eric Frecking, and his compatriot there, Mr. Howard Hawkins.
I'm the eye candy of the group. Because I did try to find David Gerber this morning, but forgot he was up here. Then forgot to reach out to Eddie. Thank you, Chair and Commissioners, for the time. Howard Hawkins is our previous president the last couple of years, so he's definitely here to support us during the presentation. Megan. Perfect. Megan, thank you very much for putting the PowerPoint together. Community Service Foundation supports the Community Service Department as a nonprofit. We represent the Trails, Youth Sports, Senior Citizens, and the Parks and Recs Department in fulfilling projects throughout the community. So anybody interested in donating, our nonprofit's available. We have a couple different things that we do. We took on the Yellow Banner program recently over the last 2 years, which is the banners throughout the streets. The winds and weather tend to damage banners that we replace. That's the major cost, but it's very important for us to represent the kids from Glendora in the military and serving. This last year, we did a Youth Community Service Award for the local high schools at Glendora High School, Charter Oak Unified School District, and Whitcomb. So I got all three, checking with Mr. David. So we donated to those kids to help them with their initial expenses of books at going to school. The upcoming application process, sorry, I was trying to see the date. It's towards the end of the school year, right around April and May for the applications to be filled out. Howard, if you want to comment on anything, jump on in. The other great program that we got involved with is the Glendora Avenue Street Banner Program, us helping to work it with the City Rec Department. The banner proceeds go to help the Community Service Foundation in our efforts. If you need any advertisement on your upcoming events, sales of cookies, or any other special events in Glendora, feel free to advertise there. This is this is Howard's greatest idea. It's a 0.5K. I said 0.5K. So it's literally just Glendora Avenue up to the corner. Great event. It is this Saturday. So come out and support if you need a beverage, need to work up a little sweat, and then listen to a great live band. This is one of our best fundraising events for the year. This is the one I really enjoy, Stuff the Bus. Walmart's been our partner. We bring out a community rec vehicle. Our goal is to stuff that community rec vehicle. And it's surprising. We actually get really close with the bikes and the amount of generosity we get. We had a local resident donate a couple $1,000s this year, which turned out to be several hundred toys. So it was very beneficial to our organization. So we encourage the donations for this event. We supported a little over 80 children and families, filled up the whole teen center with tables of toys. Great to see them come out and select the toys that they like. This is our other fundraisers. It's the Brave Birdies. It's down at the Par 3 at the local golf course. It's just a fun day to come out, pitch and putt for par, have a good time, have some tacos. We go across the street at the teen center. Great event. This supports the Yellow Banner program and the fundraising for replacement. Some of our recent accomplishments, just distributed flags during the City Hall event. We helped the T4Gs with a $1,000 donation for that event. We did purchase 2 gloves that helped the stroke group in regards to their therapy and recovery. So that was through the LaFetra Center. So that was beneficial for our senior citizens. I went pretty quick because other things tonight were a little long. So we're all ready to get out of here.
I just have one comment. The Girl Scouts have cookies and the Boy Scouts have popcorn, and we have alcohol.
We have alcohol. And it's all for the youth.
Okay.
So any quick questions?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Those other organizations gave us samples of their goods.
You'll have plenty of samples.
Okay,
This Saturday,
Thank you. Okay.
you won't be able to walk.
Very good. Okay.
Just curious if you have any room in your itinerary or future to add another event. It seems like everyone really gets a great enjoyment out of what you have, and I'm curious if you have anything on the
Everybody
roadmap.
sounds busy. We are volunteers. We are looking for members to join the Community Service Foundation as well, especially young up-and-coming families that are already busy with their kids in youth sports. That's how I got involved, was from baseball, football, and soccer, and wanting to make sure the school districts and the city were talking, working together, come to some agreement to support the youth, because sports is phenomenal to connect kids together with, especially other cities. So, yeah, I mean, we're always looking to try to raise additional funding if we can. But Johnny Geary and his network of sponsorships is phenomenal and greatly supports our organization.
Brittany?
I was just going to say, you have done so much work in the community, especially that support to the T4G, which makes a big impact on them. And so I want to say thank you. I haven't personally been able to do the walk, the 0.5, but I'm there in spirit every time. So just want to say congratulations on that and thank you for your work in the community.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Eddie?
Just my, no, thank you for taking the time and presenting. My only question is, how much training have you done for this walk this weekend?
Oh, boy.
I've been
To
going to
Mr.
the gym 3 times a week for the last.
Get your hokas.
Thank you.
I'm proud to be a member and to be a part of it. Working with you guys is a lot of fun, and just having a mission of being a part of the community and believing in what we do and giving back is just fulfills my heart. So I appreciate what you guys do, and I appreciate being a part of the foundation. So thanks for coming in and sharing with us tonight.
We appreciate you guys, too.
We do, most
I was
definitely.
just going to say that David never asked the tough questions to you guys, so I'm going to turn you back to asking a tough question to this group. Let's ask them about their 2 to 5 year plan. Okay? Let's not treat the women that way.
My 2 to 5 year plan is staying alive.
Okay. Excellent. Well, we're
That's
here.
why I don't ask the questions.
Can we get 2 buses? Tough 2 buses. Okay. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Megan, for all your help.
Okay. And to our last special item for this evening, the Glendora T4G presentation. I'd like to bring up Recreation Supervisor Ramiro Valderrama and Recreation Leader Alex Rayala, and accompanying him, I believe, members.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ramiro Valderrama. I'm the Recreation Supervisor for the City of Glendora at the Teen Center. I'm going to actually just pass this along to Alex Rayala. He is the one who works hand in hand with this group. I'll be here for support, any questions you guys might have at the end, but Alex and the kids will be the ones doing the presentation.
Thank you. Good evening. I definitely do need my emotional support up here. As some of the teens are here with me, I have one of our 2 longest members with T4G, Josie and Mary, and then I have with us Caitlin and Henry from AYS, who will get talking about their program later on. So this is stuff that we're going to be going over on this presentation. So currently, we're 5 members. From last year, we had 15, but due to kids getting older, graduating high school, having other commitments like sports, or when they get old enough, they get jobs, so can't give commitment to the program as much as they used to. So this year is more of a down year, what I like to say. And with that down year means less volunteering hours have been with the kids showing up. So, we try our best, to have presence at all our events, at Teen Center, or like, for example, this past summer, our movies in the park and concerts. But with summer sports, kids getting jobs, it's hard. It was, not say a struggle. I would say a little bit of struggle getting the kids to come out and help out, just show presence at those events. Just some of the events that we look into getting back into, having more presence with all the kids out there throughout the year. So with October coming up, we have our Pumpkin Festival coming up and then our Halloween Carnival. This year, I'm trying to make sure we have plenty of teens to be present, showing their faces, interacting with the community, the children that show up to these events, giving them a great experience. So hopefully with what we're trying to do moving on, we can have that presence at these events. So with this next slide, I'll be moving it over to Mary.
Okay, so earlier this year we did care packages in March. Basically what we did, we had like markers, crayons, toys, like little things that we can put in little boxes, and we made personalized notes, and we donated them to the LA Children's Hospital. We made them in March and we gave them in April, and it was fun. It was really fun. Oh yeah, we made little cards. We just said like, I I don't know what we did. We just like did little drawings. It was really cute. I liked it. It was fun for me at least to make the boxes. Okay, for the meetings, we do the last Thursday of every month at 3:30, but we're pretty flexible with that just because we're expecting more people to come to the program. And especially with the fact that we're having more high schoolers, it's different because we get out of school at 2:40, and to get to the teen center and to be like situated and everything, sometimes it takes longer than that. It was originally 3:30 because it was more middle school based and we had the early outs, but we're pretty flexible to changing that. And during the meetings, we talk about the future plans. Currently, it's going to be the Pumpkin Festival and the Halloween Carnival coming up. And we just talk about what we want to do, what is coming up, and so forth.
So with something that we've been working on recently, we're looking to collaborate / partner with this new program group, AYS Ambitious Young Scholars, which is a student-led program at Glendora High School that helps teens strengthen their reading, writing, and speaking abilities. Together, they're building a leadership, communication, and service opportunities for teens all over. And as stated earlier, AYS is doing tutoring sessions at the Teen Center on the first and third Tuesdays of every month. So they've done it twice already, I believe, and they've had great outcome of kids coming out to their sessions. If I would like to bring up Caitlin and Henry if they want to elaborate more on their program.
Hi, everybody. My name's Caitlin, and I'm the head of marketing and publicity, and I'm speaking on behalf of our whole team, Ambitious Young Scholars, or AYS. We are a dedicated team where we are focusing on accelerating the learning of 7th to 9th graders by teaching supplementary reading, writing, and public speaking skills. Through our services, we aim to help ease kids for the transition to high school honors and AP programs, providing them with the opportunity to compete with those who have private tutors. We believe that every kid deserves the chance to stand out, and AYS is able to empower them just to do that. We are made up of a small group of high-achieving high school students, and we utilize our knowledge of what is practically useful to effectively teach necessary skills for the future. And currently, we are endorsed by almost every Sandburg Middle School English teacher. So I'd like to bring it to Henry to talk about what's next.
Hi there, I'm Henry Kern. I'm the Chief Financial Director of AYS. And so far, our outreach has mainly been to the middle schools. As you said, we have a lot of people, the Sandburg English department. We have some outreach to the Goddard English teachers, but not as much. We've had tables at both back-to-school nights, and we pass out flyers, and we have teachers also pass out flyers and contact parents for us to try to get more involvement. And word-of-mouth communications is really big for us so far. We do a lot of that and just communicating to people and trying to let people know what our program is all about. Right now, we're trying to promote more on Sandburg's weekly video announcements and stuff that all the students see, just because right now we're trying to focus on publicity and making more people know what the program is. And we're going to keep trying to pass out flyers at the middle school events and working on social media so that more people can see it and parents can find out more about it. We're partnering with T4G, so we're trying to pursue our outreach further through that as we work together. So on our part, we're going to try to sponsor T4G at the high school level to get more high school volunteers. So we started a club at Glendora High School called T4H, which is Teens for Help, and it's a combination of T4G and AYS. And so through that, we're trying to get more members to join T4G. And then on T4G's side, they help us, they give us a location to work. And we're also looking for bus rides from the middle schools to the teen center so that the students have a way to get to our programs. And overall, we're trying to just have a mutual relationship where we both help each other get more members.
Hi, I'm Josie. So our upcoming goals, as stated by Henry, we had Club Rush today and we also have it tomorrow. We got 2 full pages of kids who are interested. So, and we're hoping tomorrow that we don't get rained on because I think some of the pen got smudged, but that we get more students to join. And then, again, as stated before, we have middle school outreach. We have a lot of personal connections with Sandburg teachers. Goddard, we are still trying. I'm sure there's other ways that we could, especially with T4G, we were branched out from Goddard, so I'm sure we could reach out and see if they can help give publicity to AYS. The main reason we are trying to collaborate with AYS is because we want more high school students to join. We need more volunteers. This is a down year for us, as stated, but hopefully through AVID and through our club, we can get more. And a lot of students seem very interested. But yeah, we just need more members. But we're working on it.
Just to elaborate a little bit more on our middle school outreach for T4G, I've been going to the middle school lunches Tuesdays and Fridays, Tuesdays at Goddard, and then Friday be Saturdays. I'll be going during their lunches with another staff member, just connecting with the kids, talking to them, letting them know who we are, what we do, and the opportunities they may have, working with the city. I know, I'm trying to talk to the kids like, hey, if you're in an honor society or if you have a teacher in science that you guys need volunteer hours, you guys can come volunteer with us through the city. And it's been a good experience so far, just like, connecting with the kids, getting to know them a little bit more, make them feel more comfortable with us, even, letting them know like, hey, we work out of the teen center, so if you guys come after school, you'll see us more, hang out, and I think it's just pretty much building that connection with the middle school kids, the younger ones, because with the younger ones, they just want to hang out with their friends, stay home and stuff like that, but with them seeing us, they're saying, oh, I remember he works at the teen center, oh, he's at my lunches during school. So try to get our program and what we do in their heads and just come to the teen center and, think about, I can volunteer at Halloween Carnival. Like, I love the Halloween Carnival. I would love to work it, get some volunteer hours, or even just work it and be part of the event as well. Any questions?
Thank you very much. And sorry, guys, but I'm going to go first on this one. Because, no, this is, you guys are a passion for me, for this community. I've had 5 kids grow up and be a part of this community, one still in high school. And it's an area of importance that at your age, this is the time that your lives are most impacted. And so a couple of things. AYS, who started this and when? Because this is the first I've heard of it, and this is absolutely awesome.
So we are very new. Our founder could not make it tonight. His name is John Han, but it's relatively new. We started it over the summer, and we've only had 2 meetings so far that started this school year. So we're getting on our feet.
And you're a club at GHS?
Yes.
And who's the sponsor, the teacher sponsor?
It's Mr. Sullivan.
Mr. Sullivan, okay.
Spanish.
The Spanish teacher.
Yes.
My great guy. Okay, so awesome. What middle school did you go to?
I'm from Sandburg.
And what?
He is from Goddard.
And you're from Goddard. Okay, so we have a combination of both, which is great. It concerns me that Goddard has not been a participant, or I don't know if that's the right word, but yes, I think it's very imperative that the two continue to come together. So I'm going to look to this young lady down here who is the mentor to potentially work on that, because your daughter went to Goddard. My kids have gone to Goddard. So the fact that they're not stepping up to the plate, that's a problem. So hopefully we can be of support to help you guys to get that going. The last thing that I was going to say is what you guys are doing now is the stepping stone for your next step, right? I would imagine that all of you have the ambition to go to a 4-year college, potentially, whether it's going to a 2-year college to start or a 4-year college. But what you're doing now is building your resume. To get into a college today, it's not about what grades you do. Yes, it is, but it's not. It's who you are as an individual, what you have done, and what you are going to bring to that campus. That's what they look at. What's your story? And this right here is a very big story. So make sure that you take copious notes of what you've done, what you've participated in, and store that away. So when you have to do your college application, you can pull it out and just plop it right in, and that will be a huge opportunity for you guys. I applaud you for being a part of this and taking a leadership role in this, because in this day of COVID, this is why you have so very few members. It was talked about earlier in even the other scouting events, right? During COVID, everybody became introverted. And many students are still that way, right? They don't have the communication of the skills to get out and be a part of something. What that is, I don't know, but by you guys challenging and reaching out and showing people that, hey, this is fun, this is a great opportunity, I think you will find success in getting more and more members. So keep doing what you're doing and don't look back, just look forward, okay? Sorry, just had to go on that rant. Yeah, then you can go next.
Hey, I might as well go. I will absolutely support you with connecting you to Goddard administrators. I work with the school site council, so as a council member there, I can support with that process as well. But just to tag along to what you were saying, kudos to you all as volunteers. Your work means everything. You are the next future. You're the future. You're the future of this. And just like Mr. Gerber said, your future colleges are looking at the well-rounded student. And I will tell you, as an admissions reader for UCLA, it's not about just your grades. It's about your activities and what you're doing and the impact that you make to the community. So a question that I had for you all is, I know that it is a challenge. I'm a parent of a high schooler, a middle schooler, and an elementary school student. I want my children to participate in that. We know that schedules can get in the way. So when you look at trying to move barriers, have you guys, and maybe you can think about having satellite organizations, clubs, T4G at the school. We know that the students are there. So maybe it's presently a challenge for them to get to the teen center where you are as a group. But if you have satellite groups, there's one at Sandburg, there's one at Goddard, you get your branding out there. Now they're at the school wearing their shirts. They feel a part of this. So when they can make their way back to the teen center as a large group, it's a family already. So I just highly recommend you guys think about doing something like that. The branding is amazing. I want my kids to be a part of it too, so go ahead.
Real quick, when AYS came to us, we wanted to support them, and I understand as high school students who started the club, T4G has built up a little bit of a bank account. So we're like, if we can help you financially in whatever way, we are working on branding to get out there. Like Alex said, we are at the schools weekly. Yeah. We're there every Tuesday at Goddard, every Friday at Sandburg. We are out there at the lunches, putting out our names, passing out flyers, letting them know not only about our club, but about the city programs coming up. So we want to support, obviously we've had support from the foundation. And anything we can do, like I've talked to them before, trainings, anything, our facility that they can use for free, and it's for the community. They're giving back, so we want to be a full support as a city and as T4G and collabing with them. So
I love that. So I'm with you on that. Right now, Goddard does a homework club that's after school, but I know that my son would love to be a part of a T4G lunchtime get together kind of thing like that, or each. Yes.
Yeah, I've definitely seen KJ.
Oh, darn it. You didn't have to say that.
Sorry.
Where's the HIPAA laws?
Sorry. I've definitely seen him at lunch all the time when I'm there, especially when we're at the lunches. We've been doing little trivia questions, puzzles, little board games, or like this one hoop game that you try to hook it on. make it a little competitive, fun for the kids, and if they get the answer right or if they win the game, give them a little snack. So it really brings in the kids, and they're now as soon as they get out of lunch, they look to us, like, all right, what's today? What are we doing today? So it's been a great experience so far with the middle school lunches.
I love it. So they're your T4G. They are your T4G. Sign them up, get them in on the roster. They're your T4G. Don't look at who can come to the teen center as your crew, because you do have a following. People love what you're doing. So it's going to say that and Avid partnership. If you haven't already aligned with Avid, there are hours that are required. You guys have volunteer opportunities. Boom. And then the last thing is these amazing events that our community benefits from, that people travel near and far to be a part of. Certainly those volunteer hours for those participating youth, maybe they get, a free wristband with so many hours after that, kind of thing like that. So just consistent, hand in hand of support. Just commend you guys. This is so necessary. It's so beautiful, and thank you. Happy to be a part of the support for you all.
Thank you.
Great job.
I don't know if we've left anything out for you guys to say. Sorry, but Eddie?
No, this is great. We'll just echo what you guys spoke on behalf of the board. But I just want to say, be proud of what you guys have done, because it's not easy in this day and in this time, especially kids your age. But you guys have taken a big step to move forward, and just be proud of that that one big step is going to pay in dividends for your future. So it's great to see that.
Mike?
This might be more of a question for John. I know we've heard a little bit about how do we get to the teen center, how do we align it with the projects? Are any of the upcoming changes within transportation kind of reflecting what could help T4G and in terms of timing of meetings and school bells?
We still offer our shuttle that picks up at both middle schools and the high school after school, and then it travels down to the teen center and then back up and does the loop. So they have transportation now to get there. And also sometimes maybe you do host a meeting at the school and you ask your advisor if they can use their room and that. So yeah, we can, we're running our shuttles daily there for the kids. And if they can't afford, they can come to us and work something out.
Thanks, John. And then the only other thing, just as a parent of a kid who's going to be going into middle school, if you're around in the summer and you're putting your program on for AYS in the summer, learning loss is something that comes up quite a bit around the house. So it may be something worth revisiting or re-promoting at the end of the school year as well as you keep it going.
Steve, anything?
No question. Just thank you all for what you guys are doing, promoting your club, being leaders. I'm happy for all of you. So continued success.
Thank you, guys.
Last thing, what grade levels are the four of you?
Go ahead. I graduated early from high school as a sophomore, and now I'm at Mount Sac.
Okay. An overachiever?
She's actually going to be starting as a staff member on the 29th.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, volunteering leads to employment.
I'm an 11th grader.
Junior, okay. Both juniors, okay.
How do kids sign up for your slots for English?
Yeah, so we have like a website, and then on the website we have linked like a form where they can submit it. But then students are allowed to come, just like walk in, and then we have like a sheet that we just take attendance when they get there as well.
Is it daily?
It's
Once a week or?
first and third Tuesday, I think, or like bi-weekly basically.
Great. Great stuff, guys. And those of you that are juniors, you know what you're going through right now, right? College application time. So kudos to you all. Thank you again. And Alex and Romero, amazing work that you're doing and building something for our community. I know that you both are not residents of Glendora, is that correct? So the fact that your heart and soul and work is dedicated to our community goes above and beyond. So thank you both for everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we've got through our special items. Now, items on the consent calendar will be enacted by one motion. We need to vote for this without individual discussion unless the commissioner has requested it be removed for separate discussion. Does anybody wish to pull or comment on anything? No? Okay, so then we can request a motion for passing.
I make a motion.
And I'll second that motion.
Lorraine, are you going to say it or am I going to say it?
Go for it.
Okay, so motion was made by Eddie Kuyumjian, seconded by Stephen Sally. We'll all take our vote.
Dude, why is this?
And it passes 5-0. Okay. Now, let's see. We just did that, affirm the minutes from the July meeting. Okay, on to new business. So, are you still out there, Rachel? LaFetra Center Fall Programs and Events. I'd like to bring up Human Services Supervisor Rachel Oros to report. Thank you for staying and listening to all of those presentations.
Of course. Good evening, everyone. So the purpose of this report is to provide an overview of the classes, services, groups, clubs, trips, and events at the LaFetra Center. In the summer 2025 season, we had 29 groups, clubs, and services, 11 classes, 7 trips, and 1 event. For fall 2025, we have 4 trips, 3 events, 1 new group, and 1 new class. Ongoing services at the LaFetra Center include the daily nutrition program provided by the YWCA of San Gabriel Valley, the monthly food bank, the monthly legal clinic, and the weekly case management services. Monthly notary services are currently on hold. The notary is not able to perform the services at this time, so we're on hold until we're seeking a new notary to fill in. The nutrition program in particular is very well attended. It has anywhere from 25 to 40 attendees daily, depending on what other activities are going on at the site. So most programs at LaFetra Center are ongoing, including all of our card games, crafting groups, discussion groups, and classes. Some of the most popular activities are nutrition, like I mentioned, bingo, the after stroke support group, bridge, ping pong, sing for joy, and Tai Chi, as well as a number of our newer fitness classes. The Learn to Use Your iPhone and iPad classes are very popular. Recent intermediate topics include using Apple Maps, Apple Notes, and creating photo albums. We've continued our partnership with Citrus College to provide free fitness classes. So the summer class was flexibility training for older adults, which we've had a number of times and which remains very popular. This fall, we'll have flexibility training again, along with health, fitness, and nutrition, which is a new class. In late spring, we introduced senior yoga taught by a volunteer instructor. It was at first asynchronous with the activity guide timeline and had kind of medium attendance. And for this fall, was in the activity guide and has followed that calendar and is completely full with a waiting list. So that's very exciting. We also introduced Senior Strength, which I think I mentioned in my last report that we were working on planning. So it's exciting that that has come to fruition. And that includes weightlifting and calisthenics, and it's taught by a volunteer instructor from Village Fitness and Physical Therapy right there in downtown Glendora. Recently, we've been working with Visiting Angels to introduce a new support group that starts next week on the 24th. the Alzheimer's support group. This group will be led by a care professional from Visiting Angels, and monthly meetings are going to be geared more towards those who are caring for a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's, but those experiencing the disease and living with the disease are welcome as well. We also continue to host informational presentations for our participants. In August, we had a very popular Glendora Transit presentation provided by a city staff member, and it detailed Glendora's transit offerings and recent changes. And later in September, we're going to be having another presentation more specifically about the new extension, the Metro extension. This one is provided by somebody from Metro, and following this informational workshop, we're hoping to plan a ride along where someone from Metro will come out, meet the seniors, and will take them on a ride on the Metro so that they can actually see in person kind of how it works if they've never used a tap card before, never gone on before. And then we also recently had a presentation presented by a Glendora police officer, which detailed crosswalk and traffic violations and answered a lot of questions seniors still had about the crosswalk that was installed somewhat recently in front of the LaFeature Center. So over the summer, we hosted 7 day trips. First was a visit to the Haw Performing Arts Center at Citrus College to see Vicki Lawrence and Mama, a 2-woman show. Next, participants visited Harrah's Casino for some gambling action. And then local tour guide Kurt Tucker hosted a tour entitled LA Legends, where attendees toured Frank Lloyd Wright's Hollyhock House and enjoyed a luncheon at the HMS Bounty, which is a historic bar and restaurant in the heart of Los Angeles. Participants enjoyed a visit to the Laguna Pageant of the Masters, which we do every summer. This year's theme was Gold Coast, Treasures of California, which showcased the state's masterpieces of art, museums, and monuments. And then we had 3 excursions to the Hollywood Bowl. The first was to see Gustavo Dudamel conduct the Los Angeles Philharmonic performing Ellington and Ravel, and then Rachmaninoff Under the Stars, and then finally a mixed media show entitled Romeo, Juliet, and the Dance Theater of Harlem. There will be 4 day trips this fall. We actually had one yesterday to the Almanzar Court in Alhambra to see a tribute to the Carpenters called Yesterday Once More, performed by the Colorful Songs Review. Next is a visit to Valley View Casino, followed by a trip to the Cerrito Center for the Performing Arts to see Platinum selling Mariachi Sol de Mexico perform treasured holiday classics and mariachi staples. And then finally, participants are going to travel again with Kurt Tucker for his Christmas Around the World, which features a visit to the Reagan Library for the Hollywood Cowboys exhibit. And then the exhibit, they have Christmas trees decorated from all around the world, and it includes a barbecue luncheon under Air Force One. So our events, the annual picnic with the Habit Burger Truck was held on June 13th, and it had approximately 160 attendees. A band from Citrus College played at the event. The Taste of Travel was held Saturday, September 6th. This free event hosted our travel companies who we work with, and they came and showcased their upcoming domestic and international trips over the next 2 years. This event had about 95 attendees, which was around 20 more than we had last year. And then upcoming, we have our annual craft boutique on Saturday, November 1st. This will include a variety of handmade goods from local artisans, woodworking, baked goods, sewn items, crochet, art, jewelry, and more. And it's a good opportunity for local artisans to become known in the community and for people in the community to find unique holiday gifts. And then a few days after that, on November 4th, we're going to be having our Salute to Veterans Luncheon. This event celebrates our veterans, many of whom are participants at the LaFeature Center. Attendees will be treated to a catered lunch and live music, and then special dignitaries will provide certificates to the veterans. And that's what's been going on at the LaFeature Center. Does anybody have any questions?
Rachel, thank you. Thank you for all the information. Do you have anything?
No questions. But I just had a random thought. When a few years ago, I coached a GYS team because they needed a coach. And, my kids went through it, and so it was something I had fun doing again. I'm wondering if any of the seniors at your center were once Girl Scout moms or, and would enjoy helping out a troop. It just,
Maybe we can put the word out, definitely, because there could very well be, and we just don't know. So that's a good idea. Yeah, we can definitely get the word out in the LaFeature Times, and physical media tends to work best, so flyers, things like that. So we'll give it a try, absolutely.
yeah, that's it. But again, thank you for all you do. All the programs there are wonderful.
Thank you.
Mike?
The date for LA Metro with LaFeature, do you have the exact
Yes,
date, or is it still being finalized?
Friday, September 26th. So a week from tomorrow.
Thank you.
Brittany?
Just again, want to say thank you. I love all of the programming. I didn't know about the Around the World one where you eat underneath the Air Force One. That was really cool. All of it was really cool. So I will be making an appearance. Thank you.
Eddie?
No, thank you. No questions. Thank you very much.
I just have, thank you for your time and spending the time waiting for all of those before you. But I'm thankful to hear of this Alzheimer's support program for those that care for those that are unfortunately stricken by this illness. Understanding it from a personal level is probably the most challenging thing as a family member to go through and not know what you can do, how to go about doing something to make a situation better. So hearing that this is something that's out there, I think is fantastic. And I would hope to get the word out to, because I know that there are many people unfortunately suffering from this illness, but yet again, there are many family members that are trying to deal with it and understand it and have no idea of what they're doing and how to go about handling it. So I think that's a great thing, and hopefully it's successful. So kudos to you guys for picking up on that. So,
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited. We had it post-COVID or pre-COVID, and then the instructor, the facilitator, kind of stopped doing it, and then it was kind of a long time coming looking for a facilitator for the support groups. We want somebody who has experience and in caregiving and kind of in grief support. And so it's been a very highly requested service that we bring back. So we're glad to finally have it back after a number of years not having it.
I'd love to hear what the participation level is down the road and the successfulness of it. And I'm sure that it also is a part of the, like you said, the instructor, the administrator, that's going to have a lot to do with it. But yeah, it's very important. So good job.
Thank you.
Okay. I request a motion to,
I'll make a motion to accept the report.
I'll second that.
we have a motion by Steve Sally and a second by Brittany Lewis-Porche. Vote. Oh, we have a 5-0 passing. And finally, last but certainly not least, Recreation and Human Services Fall Special Events, bringing Recreation Coordinator Jasmine Rosas to the table.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Rosas. I am the Recreation Coordinator. Thank you for having me here tonight. So I will be reporting over our fall special events. The first one that we are having is the Not Scary Farm. So on Sunday, October 12th, the Glendora teens will head to Not Scary Farm for a fun-filled night going through haunted mazes, live shows, rides. It will be $50 per person, which will cover both admission, transportation, and the bus will leave the teen center at 5 p.m. and will return around 3 a.m. So they'll have plenty of energy, hopefully, to last through the night. The next event will be the Halloween movie in the park. This year's movie will be The Haunted Mansion. It is co-sponsored by Glendora's Rotary Club, and it will take place on Friday, October 17th at the band show at Finkbeiner Park. There will be pre-movie activities starting at 5:30, and the film will start promptly around 6:30, kind of depending on when the sun goes down. And yeah, families will be able to enjoy crafts, concessions, and concessions will be available for purchase. For the Pumpkin Festival on Saturday, October 13th at Centennial Heritage Park, guests can enjoy traditional fall activities such as hay play, gold panning, butter churning, arrowhead making, pottery, and old-fashioned game booths. There will also be a festive kind of pumpkin patch where it will serve as a great photo opportunity. And visitors will be able to tour the historic Hamilton House and Orton Englehart's shed to learn about the Glendora's founders. Admission is $3 and children under 3 are admitted for free. Next will be the Halloween Carnival, and that will be on Saturday, October 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Finkmeyer Park softball fields. Wristbands are available in advance for $15 at our new building located at Dalton Avenue or at the Crowther Teen Center. They'll also be sold at the event for $20. This community tradition will feature music, costume contests, game booths, inflatables, a very big slide, swings, and even a carousel. This event is co-sponsored by the Glendora Kiwanis Club. And then towards the end, the holiday stroll and tree lighting. So for this event, it will take place on Friday, November 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Bus Plaza in the Village. The evening kicks off with a performance by the Glendora High School Show Choir at 6 p.m., followed by Santa's Arrival at 6:45. Guests can enjoy photos with Santa, carriage rides, carolers, and there's decorated storefronts presented by the Business Improvement District. And that concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We're already talking about Christmas.
Christmas during the summer.
Yes, how does time fly? Anything, Brittany?
Just want to say thank you. This is, this is the highlight. This is the highlight. Thank you.
Eddie?
Thank you so much.
No questions, but again, this is the part where I like getting into the seasons and all the fun activities you do.
Most wonderful time of the year.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, if you could do anything about the weather, I'd appreciate that. Otherwise,
Same. Just a little cold, not so much rain, not too much heat. Yeah, I wish I could.
All right. Oh, well.
A little bit of humidity.
Thank you for everything. It's a great time of year and looking forward to it.
Yeah, again, thank you. Thank you for sticking around, too. We appreciate that.
Best for last.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, the best part of this, and no, I'd be remiss in not saying that, the city does put on a lot of fun things throughout the year. I know that the community does truly enjoy what we do in the fall for the kids at Halloween, but around the holiday times. So again, looking very much forward to all of the events that you guys have continuously planned and the successfulness of it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I will motion.
Great. Brittany Lewis Porcher motion and a second by Eddie Koyunjian. All in favor?
Aye.
And it passes 5-0. Thank you. Okay, come to the end. Closing comments. I'm going to start down here. Steve.
I'm tired. Thanks to everyone who gave a report tonight. I have nothing more to add other than hope to see everybody Saturday for the 0.5K.
Thank you, Steve. Mike?
I believe basketball signups start on Monday. I don't know if that got mentioned today, so just a reminder about that. And then also Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 at the Buildwell Forum, there's a larger city discussion kind of about the future of the city, talking about the housing element and some other things that overlap with what we do as well in terms of facilities. So anyone in the community who's still watching the meeting or is here, come on out and have your voice heard.
Brittany?
I just want to say congratulations to our students who have successfully completed the first month of school, whether it be new high school babies or new middle schoolers. but very proud of our community as a whole and looking forward to our upcoming activities. Great job, everyone.
Mr. Eddy?
It's only a month. It seems like, I know. No, it's great. It's great to be back. And just a couple reminders, November 1st for Trails Day, and also this Saturday, the 20th, for the grueling 0.5K walk. Please get the word out so people can come and enjoy our city. And it's, again, like I said earlier in my comments, it's just great to see such a great city that, I mean, that invests in its facilities and for the community at large to enjoy, even out of the city. So it's great. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep it short as well. Just the involvement of our community, from the youth to the seniors, just it's amazing. It keeps the wheels turning, and that's a testament to this team over here, and I really appreciate that. So, John, you and your staff, Megan, Amanda, Kelsey, you guys do an amazing job, so thank you for that. John, any last closing comments?
No, none.
I don't think anybody had 8:30 on the docket today. So at this moment, I will adjourn the meeting at 8:30. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.